Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog. Hi guys, welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog. I am joined by the effervescent Harry today.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm very good, mate. Yeah, very good. A bit tired. We'll come back to that in just a second.
We will do.
You good?
Yeah, also a little bit tired, yeah, but on the overall, very good. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. The reason that we're both tired is because we have spent the last 2 days hosting Will Houston's Card Academy, and it's been an amazing 2 days.
It has been incredible. So much magic.
Yeah.
So much.
And do you know what? Every time, so this will be the second time that Will's been here with us. The first time he did an academy course on coin magic,
very good,
which was 2 days. Got rave reviews and lots of great material that was covered. Some phenomenal sleight of hand that really sort of encompassed a lot of different skill levels. And we got essentially the same in the card course that he's just done as well.
Definitely.
Just a wide range of material, different plots that were visited, different approaches that were visited. All skillfully executed and extremely well presented as well, and evident of someone that really thinks about their magic.
Yeah,
which is
so everything he does is so smooth, isn't it? And it's flawless. Yeah. I know everyone says, "Oh, they do flawless stuff," but that was literally flawless. When you're watching him, he's speaking, he's just doing some flicks or something. Yeah,
and we actually went out to dinner with him last night, and in between courses, the cards are on the table, and in between courses, literally the cards are back in the hand. And he's always sort of like, flourish is the wrong word, because he is doing flourishes, but he's also practicing moves as well as he's kind of doing it.
Yeah, and it even goes down to a little thing. The cards he was using, I've never even seen them cards before.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I'd be able to even afford one card of them. They look, don't they just look pristine?
Yeah, they do.
They look incredible.
He is definitely the sign of quality. Interestingly, we're going to take a look at the trailer in just a second, or one of the effects from the first night of the course, which caused a little bit of a stir. I was mentioning to your dad that one of the books that I've had in my library for many years now is a book called Spectacle, and if you can get hold of a copy of it, I certainly recommend it. It's a book that was put out by Stephen Minch many years ago, and basically it has in it a collection of different tricks from different people. So like Jonathan Pendragon, David Roth, Tommy Wonder, I believe, is in there. And he makes a point of saying there's one person that appears twice in the book. Most of the other people, they've contributed one trick, but there's one person that he contributed 2 effects, and that was Jeff Latter. Now, anybody out there that knows the name Jeff Latter will know that even though he's no longer with us, we're still feeling waves of his kind of influence on modern close-up magic, especially with cards and coins. And there's a part where it's written about him that he's the only contributor that has 2 tricks in the book. And Stephen Minch goes on to say that there's not many people that are equally adept at both disciplines. Some are good at coin magic, some are good at card magic, but there's very few people that are good and excel in both presentationally and technically. And Jeff Latter is obviously the person he's talking about. I made a point of saying to your dad yesterday that I thought that Will fits into that category as well.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's equally adept at cards as he is coins, proficient to a high standard in both. And having seen him do some other magic that is non-card and coins, equally as proficient in that as well. So it's a great course. It is, even though the filming is now finished, it is now available to purchase, even and not live, obviously. It's now available as a download, so I strongly recommend it.
So should we show them?
Yes. So
this is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's a fantastic trick. This is the trick that Will used to finish off his close-up competition win at the Magic Circle in 2015. He reliably informed me. So this is Order and Chaos from Will Houston's Academy.
So something using a couple of packs of cards. Before I begin, would you mind just choosing either blue or red?
Red.
Red, fantastic. We shall use those. We may come back to those later on. Who knows? I shall put them there, conveniently still in shot. In the meantime, something using the red cards. Now, before this trick can begin, we need to get something quite difficult to obtain.
Okay.
We need to get a really well shuffled pack of cards.
Okay.
Now, if I were to ask you to shuffle those two halves together, how well do you think they would end up being mixed?
Fairly well.
Fairly well.
Yeah.
Fairly well is about as good as you could hope for. I don't think anyone is going to get better than fairly well in one go at shuffling like this.
Yeah.
But I do want better than fairly well.
Okay.
So maybe I could ask you to take those and to give those a bit of a shuffle. And whilst you shuffle yours, I shall shuffle mine. Rather showingly up there. I'm doing conventional overhand shuffles and you're doing your finest table riffle shuffles. Good lord.
Okay.
Happy?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And now, just in case I cheated, or you cheated, which frankly seems more likely from the way you're handling things, maybe you can shuffle mine, I'll shuffle yours, and I will try and live up to the standards you've set. Okay, so one of those. Very nice. Yeah. Finally, the last part is to mix the two piles together. And for this, I would like you just to reach over, push down on the top of those, and give them a little bit of a twist. And then keep pushing and twisting, so you end up with like a little chaotic sort of a pile.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. The idea of that is it makes it much, much easier to sort of smush those piles together. So if you could just put one hand either side and push those together, beautiful. I'll square them up because I know it's a bit fiddly, but as I do, I think you'll be able to see the way those two piles sort of telescope into each other.
Yeah.
So now, largely thanks to your efforts, we have a well-shuffled pack of cards. And now that we have one, we can begin. Watch this.
Great.
Fingers crossed it's worked. Just one mistake. But otherwise, absolutely perfect. Every single card in order, starting with the 3 of clubs, the 9 of diamonds and the 5 of spades, and going right the way through to the 3 of hearts, the 9 of clubs and the jack of diamonds.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
They're not in order.
You don't seem impressed. I'll tell you what, okay, if after you did all of that shuffling, the deck had been in brand new deck order. That is, if the deck had run ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, with all the clubs, all the hearts, all the spades, and all the diamonds next to each other, then would you have been a bit more impressed?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
This is just as difficult.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Not buying it. Fair enough. I can sort of understand that. New deck order looks important. It looks significant. Now, this order, frankly, looks like a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But if I could prove that this order was actually just as precise as new deck order, then this would have been a worthwhile trick.
Yeah.
Good. I think those have been in shot the whole time. The 3 of clubs. The 9 of diamonds. The 5 of spades. The king of hearts. The 10 of clubs. The 5 of clubs. The 9. The 7. The 8. The 4. The ace. The 5. The 8. The 5. The 6. The 3. The 4. The 6. The 6. I think you get the idea right the way through. All the way down to the 3, the 9 and the jack.
Wow. It's such a powerhouse of a routine. It's great. So if you're looking for a routine to certainly end a card set with, then Order and Chaos is definitely one. And just for those people out there, it is not as difficult as you think it is as well.
Yeah, which was surprising.
Yeah.
It's also good as well because I know I haven't really got anything where if I was asked to sit down and show people, I would. But I feel like that one, it's got 2 decks. I think that one is such a good one to learn.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did actually say that is worth the price of the course, which I do agree with.
They did.
I do agree with that.
So if you check out the course, there's tons and tons of other great effects, moves, subtleties, ideas that are on there. Order and Chaos is just one of them. And even when he explains that, he goes through like literally everything, anything you can think of, the way and its approach to the construction, the method. You name it, it's covered there. So check it out.
A lot of people also ask questions. So when you get the download, obviously you won't be able to ask questions, but there is a Facebook group, so you can join that, so you can ask questions after it's aired.
Yeah.
But he answered questions that people ask, so they might be questions you're asking or you want to ask anyway. So that's also good. Finally, what was I going to say?
It's on offer at the moment. The download, but that will change.
Oh, I was going to say something. Quickly fill some time.
Okay. So one of the things that we encourage on the Academy is that we encourage reviews. So if you've got reviews and you want to post them, then please post them underneath the product. And that is true for any of the products that are on our site. If you know something about it, you've got it, you want to say something about it, then please 5-star reviews up on there if you want to post them. So positive reviews, that's what I'm getting at. Positive reviews. Obviously, we're not asking for you to go on there and say this is how the trick works, because that's not what the reviews are all about. It's information so that people, if they're a little bit unsure about the effect that they want to buy, they might buy it off of your positive review that goes up on there. So they're there for you to use.
This is what I was going to say. There's over 6 hours of content on there.
Is that really?
Yeah, I was looking at it the other day and I was looking at over 6 hours.
Now that surprises me because it didn't feel like 6 hours.
So good though, it is incredible.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's because the academies are conversational. So
True say. So what have we got next? What do you want to talk about next?
I think that let's talk about where you are at the moment with your magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely stage.
Okay, so H. Tell us where you are at the moment with your magic.
So at the minute with my magic, I am at an alright state, I would say.
Right.
So I've been learning different things. This one, to be fair, I'm at an alright state because a few vlogs ago you would know that I didn't go out of it, but I didn't do it as much. And then the spring sale come on, and this was one of the items that was in it. I'm not sure if it was still in there, but this was one of the ones that was in it. And basically, this got released in 2009. Yeah. Or 2009, I think. And I used to work the odd Saturday here, and I used to see it all the time. But I've never known what it is, or obviously, if I don't know what it is, I don't know how it works. So I've never really known anything about it. But the names always obviously made me laugh because it's quite funny. Fancy a pot jam. Yeah. Bit weird, bit random. But anyway, yeah, so I just thought this kept cropping up, and I've seen it for ages, so why not just learn it?
Yeah.
So, I learned it, and this, I must say, is one of the only tricks I've actually sat down, put the disc in, and actually learn it properly.
Yeah.
But I will say I use it with confusing coins.
Yeah. So when you say that you learn a trick, you learn a trick from the DVD. You learn one of the routines from the DVD, because there are other items that are on there as well.
Yeah. So you do get to learn obviously quite a lot of stuff on there, but the main routine on here, which is the Fancy a Pot of Jam, is the one I flicked straight through to find that one purely because that is just the one I wanted to learn myself. Because I don't do any coin stuff, as you know. But obviously this one's a fun one, it's walk around, and now I do always have the said items on me at all times.
Yeah. So we're gonna see you do a performance of this on me in a little while.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been working on this. I mean, it's encouraging to see that you come in of a morning. We have the usual banter about what you had for dinner last night, which always comes up. And just so you guys out there know, I get messages off of my colleague here of his dinner, basically what he's having that night, which always looks yummy, and always pictures of what he's cooking, step by step as well, I might add. I don't just get a picture of the end product, I get step by step. And then he brings it in the next day if he's made some for lunch the next day and taunts me with it.
Very, very nice.
Don't see that as being fair.
That's lovely.
So I've started getting my own back by sending pictures of my dinner, which doesn't look anywhere near as good. Still tasty though.
Yeah, but it is. Right, hang on. Before I show you this, guys, I do just want to say, you don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to get confusing coins.
No.
You do get taught, obviously, how to do everything on here, and it will save you a few pennies if you don't opt for this. Yeah. But I feel it makes it so much stronger using confusing coins. Not only is confusing coins such a good routine by itself, it's cleaner than the method I feel you get taught already. It feels freer, I feel, and also handling wise, it's so much easier using the confusing coins. You don't have any like weird moves or anything. It is just take out. You'll see in the performance. So.
Yeah, and you have been working really hard at this, and that's the point I was getting to, was that you were, you know, you've been coming in and saying that I've been working on this, and then you've tried it out a few times, and it's great. It has a good flow. So we're going to see a performance of this, and then we'll just have another quick chat afterwards. So this is H performing Fancy a Pot of Something.
Oh,
we'll leave it to you to see.
Andy.
Hello.
I'm going to show you. You alright?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to show you a trick.
Okay.
First trick I ever got showed.
Right.
As a little babby.
As a
I know.
Right.
It uses 2 coins. Okay, it's a world famous 2-coin trick. We're going to use a 2p and a £2. You can use any coins, but these are just the ones I'm going to use today. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'll remove one of the coins. Let's say we'll use the 2p this time. So I'll remove the 2p, place that in the pocket, and you've got to tell me what's left. £2 or
£2?
£2. Okay. Yeah, you'd think so, but it's actually both. Now I know what you're thinking, maybe I had a 2p hidden underneath the £2. Now it would have been clever, that's not what I've done, but I might use that for future. So we'll try something else this time, I'll tell you what. We'll remove the bigger coin this time, the £2 coin. Place that inside the pocket. Once again, you've got to tell me what's left, £2 or the 2p.
2p.
You would think so once again, but no, it's both. So, I'll tell you what, I'm making all decisions here. Okay. And that might not be fair, so I'll tell you what, we are just using the 2 coins, right? This time, I'll just take just the 2p and place that in the pocket. You've got to tell me what's left, £2 or 2p.
£2.
£2? No, it's both again. Do you not? Are you watching this?
Yes.
Right, I'll tell you what. This time, you make the choices.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to close my hand around the coins.
Yeah.
Name either one, £2 or 2p.
£2.
The £2 coin, is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Right. I'm taking out the £2 coin, leaving just the 2p in the hand. Okay. All you've got to do is tell me. You should know where this is going now. All you've got to tell me is what's left, the £2, the 2p, or both.
Both.
You're saying both?
Yeah.
Can you just cup your hands with me for a sec? Up a bit higher. You're saying both. So definitely not a little pot of Nutella, the hazelnut spread.
Yeah. Wow. It is as well.
Yeah, that's what, don't eat it, because that's mine for the journey home.
Okay.
Well, black.
Brilliant. So... Love it, really do.
Not bad, that.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good, and and I think you found now a routine that you're going to be, like you said, performing loads, which is great.
It's so easy, and like I said, you don't need. I mean, that's the biggest prop you need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You could even go smaller than that if you wanted. It does. Yeah. It does work with other things.
So in your journey so far, let me ask you this question, because I had this question posed to me earlier on, and I hadn't really thought about it before. There's a customer that posed me this question. He said that he was going to start going to gigs, and he asked roughly how many tricks I did at a table, and then if whatever my answer was, whether I tended to do the same tricks at the other table or whether I mixed it up. So if I had like a bank of, let's say, 15 effects that I'm going to go to a gig with, how many do I do at this table? Do I interchange them? What do I do? What do you think? I know that in the grand scheme of things, you've only done a handful of gigs, and that's only because I've been doing Magic longer. But what would be your kind of approach to that? What would be your mindset about going in?
I think already, I think everyone who is watching the vlog right now knows enough tricks to be able to go out and do something. Right. Whether they're crisp enough, which that's what I don't find that good about myself, is that I know quite a lot of stuff, but I don't know it really well. Right. Which is now what I'm trying to do, which is cut out the rubbish ones and just really focus and home in on the good ones. So I think really this one is great. Yeah. Because it's almost, I mean, you're getting so many hits at once, and that's like, it's not 3 tricks in one, but you're getting 3 big hits in one. Yeah. And then this one as well, so that's now 4. Yeah. And then Extreme Burn, that's already, what now, 6 reaction things, something else, Invisible Deck, 7. All my stuff's so easy, but you get quite a lot of hits, and I would say 4. For myself, I find 4 because I do a lot of talking.
Yeah. So it's important to realise that I didn't ask you this question beforehand. This is the first time that you've heard this question today. and my answer earlier on was 4.
Was it?
Yeah, my answer earlier was 4. I actually, if I'm totally honest, I said between 3 and 4. Because much like you've said there, it's not necessarily about the amount of tricks that you know, because it might be that you know hundreds. Whether you do hundreds is a different matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, when you're going into a gig and you're approaching the table, each one of the tables has a different dynamic. When you get there, you might go in thinking, I'm going to do, you know, these 4 effects. But actually, 2 of them become impractical because of logistical reasons or whatever. So you've got to make those kind of decisions. Yeah. And the reason that I've asked you it now, without preempting you and saying I'm going to ask you this question later on, is that in the grand scheme of things, for someone that's been doing magic for X amount of time and someone that's been doing it for X amount of time, they're 2 different things, and yet our approaches at this current moment in time are essentially the same. I
just think once you go there, I think you know. Do you know what I mean? The thing is, you don't. I mean, I talk for like 4 minutes or 5 minutes before I even show a trick or get the cards out.
Yeah.
Which obviously in some cases is probably really bad, but I like doing it anyway. So I like doing that. But yeah, I do think obviously it's good to know a lot of stuff, and it's good to have a lot of stuff with you. Purely, even if it isn't 100% perfect, purely because if you know your set and you know your routine, this is what I'm still. I kind of know my routine, but I still every now and then just think, oh, is it as good as it can be? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like if you know your sets, then you've got that to go in, and you can just throw in one that you want to learn and get better at. Yeah. And then if you just end strong, start strong, end strong. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's a great way of thinking, and it's good to. You said that you've chosen to use this in conjunction with the production item at the end. Confusing coins is an extremely strong trick.
Very, very good.
And it's strong because it's very easy to follow.
Yep.
You know, 2 coins, one gets taken away, one jumps back. So easy plot wise.
Very easy.
The handling method wise is extremely easy.
Yep.
And it lends itself to some great presentational ploys as well. And it gives that extension of your character. One of the things I've noticed over our talks and the vlogs that we've been doing in the time that we've been doing them is that your approach is very much becoming, what are these? These are effects that are extensions of me. You know, you could argue in some exceptions like Extreme Burn, because it's quite a flashy thing. It's hard to make it maybe an extension of you. But when you're doing the mind reading thing, it's something that you're passionate about, as is all the tricks. But that's coming across, which is good. And I think it's important. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking for 4 minutes at all, because you're establishing a bond and rapport with people.
And I do think that helps, because I haven't had, apart from that one first gig, but that's not even a heckler, that's just some guy who's so drunk. I'm going to that restaurant tonight, by the way, which is
right.
What was I going to say? I haven't had a heckler yet, and I do feel that's down to, it might be because of my age, but I do feel that's down to talking to them for quite a while, because before I even get out at cards, and before they know I'm a magician or mind reader or whatever, we kind of made friends as such. You know what I mean? So I feel like we've got respect for each other, so they're not going to impede and heckle and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're totally right. I mean, I mean, that's a whole subject and topic in its own right. But I think you hit the nail on the head pretty much directly in the first thing you said was establish a bond and a connection with them first. They're going to have more respect for you rather than just going in and going, oh, pick a card. Look, the salt cellar's disappeared.
Yeah, and they don't really care.
No, exactly. You know, make them care. You know.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you for that, H.
Yeah, last thing. Because we've only got 9 of these, I think, and then 4 of the half crown ones.
Right.
If you click into it, if you do want to get one, obviously, if you click into it and click add in cart, you can get a streaming video of this for like a tenner.
Bargain.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Excellent. And that's got tons of great magic on it anyway.
Yeah, that's got loads of stuff, and so is this. Obviously, it's got loads of updated handlings, bits and bobs. Lovely. And obviously, this one doesn't come with it.
Copyright H now, isn't it? Yeah, maybe. Brilliant. Right. Thank you very much, H.
Thank you.
So, let us talk about the competition. So every week we do a competition on the vlog, and I think they've been fairly easy. They're kind of ranged a little bit, I think. And last week I I can't remember. I can remember what the question is, but I can't remember exactly how I phrased it. I think I said John Bannon, David Solomon, and Simon Aronson sessioned on a Saturday morning, with which Chicago-based legend. I think that was the way that I phrased it, and we did get quite a varied amount of answers. The one that I was looking for was Ed Marlowe. So I'm hoping that I've got my history right. I'm sure I have, because I was getting answers to the effect of Ed Marlowe as well. So
nice.
So that is the answer that I was looking for, Ed Marlowe. The winner is a gentleman called Joe Moscato. So Joe, congratulations, you've won yourself a deck of Academy Elites. Please email into sales@alakazam.co.uk and we will get a set of those out in the post to you straight away. So I was thinking, what are we going to do for this week's competition?
Yeah.
What would you like to? What would you like to do for this week's competition?
Can we do?
Yeah.
What is? I'm going to just say one thing, and it's just, this isn't a correct answer or anything. It's just kind of your own opinion, but answers have to be in reviews, so you can only submit an answer if it was in a review. Okay. I'm going to be being dead serious now, guys. Okay. I'm not messing about. So I've just tried learning a certain move.
Yeah. Which you're doing very well, by the way.
Thanks. No, it's taken. Well, it hasn't taken that long, really. It was yesterday we started learning it.
Yeah.
But it's luck, really. And then I just want to know, what's the hardest card move that you've learned, and how you went about practicing it.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know, because it's just a personal opinion thing, obviously, but I just want to know how you go about practicing stuff, because I know a lot of times I was getting a bit frustrated, which is obviously going to happen when you can't get it down.
Yeah.
But what makes you keep going on and wanting to learn it? Is it purely the fact that you want to learn it, or is it the fact of it's just a challenge that you want to overcome, a challenge to prove to yourself you can do it?
Yeah.
Vice versa. What do you actually do to practice the hard moves?
Cool. Okay. So that is not so much this week's question, but that is what we'd like to do. So as we've done before with the favourite Alakazam effect, we'll just pick the one that we think illustrates the best point.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we'll do that. So get your answers in, get your fingers typing on the keyboard, and send it into sales@alakazam.co.uk. We'll take a look at them and then we'll choose a winner, and you're in for a deck of Academy Elites. Lovely.
So what have we got last?
So I have chosen these off of the Alakazam bookshelf. Dun dun dun. So just a little bit of background on here. We lost the amazing, wonderful Daryl. I think it's maybe 2-3 years ago now, and it seems still fairly fresh in people's minds. But I think it was maybe 2-3 years ago that he left us, and he kind of. Well, he did leave a long-lasting legacy. If anybody has ever seen the Daryl Card Revelations DVDs, the Daryl Encyclopedia of Card Slides DVDs, any of the Fooler Dealers DVDs, and a whole range of other stuff, the Ambitious Card DVD, the Full Monty DVD, the teaching, the information that you were getting from Daryl on those DVDs was outstanding. When I was first getting seriously into seriously into close-up magic, card magic specifically, but close-up magic in general, there were, I guess, 3 names that stuck out, but 2 more than the others, which was Michael Amar and Daryl. And they were the go-to people to learn material from.
I love Michael Amar.
Yeah, and you know, you look at Michael Amar's Easy to Master Card Miracles.
So good.
Such a great set. And the same is true with the material that Daryl was releasing as well. Years ago, when Daryl first came onto the scene, 2 books were published, Secrets of Puerto Rican Gambler and For Your Entertainment Pleasure. And for a long time, they were like gold dust to try and get hold of. You couldn't get hold of copies. If you did have copies, then you were one of the fortunate few. That's not to say that the material didn't appear on DVDs or videos at the time. It just meant that if you were after a book, if you're a book collector, if you particularly learnt well from books, you wouldn't necessarily be able to get hold of a copy easily. Then again, a few years back, they got reprinted, and here we have the spanking new books for your entertainment, pleasure, and secret support to Rican Gambler. They're not particularly big books. They're not particularly full. I mean, chock full with lots and lots of pages of material, but they are absolutely rammed from content-wise with wonderful effects that have the Darryl stamp all over them, as you would expect. Now, I am going to perform a trick out of one of these books very shortly, and I'm just going to quickly look in here. So Rising Crime, which will be the effect I'm going to perform, is in it for your entertainment pleasure. We also have in this book the jumping coins, the coins across version, the coins of Calcutta. Sorry, I can't. I'm just terrible with names. Let's have a look at the content.
I'm just going to say one thing.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever looked inside a magic book in my life.
Oh, shame on you.
Ever.
So let's have a look. There we go. The Mysterious Cross of India.
Oh, you showed me that one.
I have shown you that one, and I know that your dad's performed it as well.
That's
David's
really
performed
good.
it, so that shows you how strong the material is. Even though I couldn't remember the exact name, it shows how strong the material is. If three of us out of the four magicians that are working in the shop are performing the same trick. You also have things like Out of Body. You have Diamond Bar, which I believe is in this book. And like I said, there's an effect that I'm going to be performing called Rising Crime, which is in here. But there are seriously very, very good books.
That was surprisingly clear.
Yeah.
I was just looking at stuff because I've never looked inside a magic book, and I feel like it's because I'm scared. Even though when they say they've explained well, but they leave it for you to work out yourself. And I thought by saying that, it just meant, right, now you got to get this card to this position.
Yeah, it's often been argued that magic books are kind of like reading a Haynes car manual whilst walking across the Sahara Desert on the hottest day of the year. And they can be like that. Some of them can be like that. These aren't like that.
Yeah, they're very clear.
Yeah, they are clear. And just to give you an idea, I'm just going to open up one of the pages about there. Yeah, so nice clear pictures, and the text is all nicely laid out.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of books, what they tend to do is they tend to go into so much detail that you get pages and pages and pages of stuff describing one effect that could probably be described in 4 pages. If you want to check that out to the 9th degree, check out John Carey's published works. John is very good at not only streamlining but getting down to like 1 or 2 pages.
Very good.
And that's kind of the format that's here.
So, what are you going to show me?
I am going to show you Rising Crime.
Yeah.
Okay. Which appears in For Your Entertainment Pleasure by Darryl and Stephen Minch. Harry.
Hey.
I love it. Do you want to just take all of those for me? Take them out and give them a shuffle up. Do you know, we hear all the time about the rise of crime in the UK, right?
It's very bad.
Yeah, it is very, very bad. And I don't know whether you know, but actually in a deck of cards there are some cards that you know, a little bit nefarious, if I'm totally honest. For instance, we have here, let's see, the King of Clubs. Yeah.
I never thought of him like that.
No, I wouldn't have thought of the King of Spades. We have the King of Hearts, and we also have the King of Diamonds as well. Now, I don't know whether you know anything about these cards, but these cards are actually not the nicest cards in a deck. For instance, this guy here, he runs a lot of nightclubs.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of dodgy goings-ons there. The King of Hearts, I'm not going to tell you what kind of establishments he runs. I wouldn't go into that. King of Spades, he's actually a hired killer, hired serial killer. And we have the King of Diamonds. In this instance, he is a jewellery thief.
Lad.
Did you know that?
I didn't know.
You didn't know that? Oh, right, okay. So, I'll tell you what, in a moment you're going to help me out. But just for a second, each one of the kings... each one of the kings, we're going to just leave face down here. In fact, the diamond thief can just go on the top there. And do you mind just doing me a favour? Could you just cut these up for me? In fact, could you just make them into, let's imagine that this is a building and you're going to make 4 different levels. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
That's fine.
That's awful. Sorry.
It's not the way that I would have done it, but that's
not
no
great.
worries. I'll tell you what, we'll put some more on this one. Like that. I mean, look at the packets. So we have now four different places in this building, and what we're going to do is each one of the kings, each one of the nefarious people, what they're going to do is they're going to go into each one of the different levels. So do you mind just lifting up half of that level for me? We'll leave that in there. Very good. We'll leave one of them just here. Do you mind just?
What? But
excellent. Okay, so that leaves us now 2. In fact, lift that one up for me. Very good.
In there.
And the last one we will leave just here. And if you want to just gather them up for me as well.
That's done well.
Excellent. Okay, so each one of the kings is now in a different part of the building. But sometimes you have to rely on your friends, and sometimes, especially if the police appear, you have to have a lookout. And did you notice that I left the king just on top of the building?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, he's a lookout. Okay. When he sees trouble, all he has to do is just riffle like this, or shout. Okay, if he shouts loud enough, what actually happens is each one of the kings comes back to the top of the deck or into the top of the building, and they make their escape.
That's really
never
good.
To be seen again.
That's really good, though.
Thank you, bud. And that is
good.
Rising Crime for your entertainment pleasure. Okay.
That was really good.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah,
really nice.
And it's such an easy trick as well. There's very little in the way of sleight of hand, and you get this nice ending as well, which is a hallmark of a lot of great card magic.
Very, very nice.
So, H, that's pretty much it for today. So we've taken a look at the 2 Darryl books, which are currently available.
Yes.
We have had a look at Fancy a Pot and Nutella.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, so this is Still Fancy a Pot of Jam by James
Brown.
Thank you. Oh, recurring coin. Oh, yeah. Sorry, not recurring coins.
That's fine.
Confusing coins.
It is AKA Hopping Halves as well.
AKA,
in case you know it as something
yes.
else. Can I just say as well, they're made so well. Really well. Last thing, guys, you do also get this.
Wow.
It's not a little jug bag.
No.
I see your eyes lit up there. It's not a little jug bag, right? It's the little coin pouch you get, so you won't spend them.
Yeah.
Because I know you'd be a little bit annoyed if you spent these bad boys.
Yes.
But no, you get the little thing, so that's just in my pocket all the time now. Obviously your coins, that's in there, that's in there. This is in here. Get that in with that, no extra charge.
Yeah, and this is a streaming video that goes into your account.
So you'll get a little card with you.
That's it.
And then this one was quite a funny story, quickly, just to end on it. I was going to say, can I quickly go to Tesco's on the way home? And I could have gone to Tesco's on the way home, but they wouldn't have had a little pot of jam because they're from hotels, I believe. Yeah. So any small thing does work. I didn't realise, I thought it would only work with jam. But no, it does. So
that's
I realised
down to me and Dave convinced you of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I realised I had this little thing on there which I love Nutella anyway. Also, make sure it's something heavy. I think glass works well because you saw in the thing. Look, just listen again. Do you know what I mean? It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is obviously a nice contrast because they're expecting either a little coin or nothing to come out. It's unsealed as well. Last thing is, if ever I get hungry on the road, I can just dip a finger in there and get some Nutella out.
Always thinking with your stomach there.
Lovely, right? That is it. That's it. Unless you've got anything to add.
No, I've not got anything to add. Always a pleasure, H. Thank you for joining me again today on the vlog.
Check out the forum as well and the Instagram because it's getting bigger.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, they are getting bigger. Check out the academies. Check out the lives. By all means, keep following the vlogs because we love doing these and sending the reviews in. So on a final note, we hope that you have a great weekend, a great rest of the week, and it only leaves me to say thank you so much for joining us again, and we will see you next time on the Alakazam Video Blog.